this nation owes you a huge debt. Good morning, grasshoppers. Let's see if I can find my screen 2 content. And we can find it this way. Make sure that we bring it up. Yes, I know my game may have started, but I want it to always pop up, so I need it to be on this screen. So this is the one, and that's the one that it's going to go to, starting with this screen every single time. And I have to enable the Brave browser at home as well. And that way it'll be the same. Yesterday the music was absolutely atrocious. The sound, the choppiness, however it was going, it was not cool. Charge everything. Do I have a game? No, I got a full point buy. Fair enough. We can watch some games. It is Ulf Andersson's birthday. Let me turn on one more light. All right. So, yesterday, a funny thing happened on the way to the, what just happened here? We're back to the old chat box not being open enough. Now I'm going to drag it over, and hopefully this will be just enough window for the chat box so that I can see what everyone is saying without looking or resorting to my phone. So it gets a little close to the time for the tag team event yesterday. I am in Las Vegas. I have a certain amount of anxiety, and personally I would rather just stay in my room than meet people sometimes. That doesn't seem like the case once I'm out there, but that's the way I'd like it to be. It shouldn't seem like I am the person that doesn't necessarily want to, but I prefer to do things myself. I'm a bit of a loner. I do what I have to do, not necessarily what I want to do when it comes to socializing with others. And what can you do? Sometimes it doesn't work out. About 11 a.m., I get this relief of a phone call, like you would not believe. The relief of a phone call is that Danny's previous partner, Brian Hastings, wanted to play in the tag team event, and Danny did not really want to tell him that he had gone and found a new partner. So I was now no longer needed for the tag team event, which is good, considering how I was feeling. I was a little bummed. I was a little anxious because I had told people that I was going to be in the tag team event. It felt weird to be that guy that says, you know, you're going to be in the tag team event, you have a certain schedule to keep, and then someone comes along and changes your plan to a certain extent, which is okay. I get it. So I understand completely. So I'd make an alternative plan where I play on WPT. By the way, for those of you who don't know, if you sign up for Global WPT with the code NEMO, there may or may not be some discount, but a great streamer will get some credit and will encourage more sponsorship. among streamers, which is really what it's all about, encouraging more sponsorship. So someone has to use that code, even though I cannot because I'm in New York. I live in New York. It says, sorry, you're not going to be able to use this code. And MD Knight, good morning. Yeah, my first experience in the Colossus was relatively great until it wasn't. Ended up getting bumped out on a rough beat as my as the hand goes. Put up 151. Good morning, Jeff. Finished your tournament. Almost drew a candidate master. Oh yeah, the wrong move order will definitely get you. In fact, the wrong timing in poker will also get you. So what ends up happening is I go on a WPT and I play like 2 events. First event, as normal, this is what I consider a warm-up event, which is why I think everybody should play a smidgen of chess at the start of the day before a tournament just to warm up, just to get the juices flowing. Thank you for following, Skiller Cirque. I appreciate the follow. Please tell me where you're from. And I'm playing the WPT event, and it's like 160 players, not quite 160 players, 157, I believe, was the last count that I had. And I wheeled my way to the final table, and I'm the short stack, or the second short stack, or the third short stack, and then I sort of whittled my way into the last final 4. Then I whittled my way, then some guy makes a ridiculous call, and I end up doubling up and moving up closer to heads up. Knock off the last 2 guys, or with the help of the chip leader, who actually wakens up, because he actually was sitting out the whole time. I'm sitting on his chip stack the whole time as I'm like bending off stuff. He's taking a nap in the corner. And then in this WT event, it is a 1,000 tournament point bonus for first place. Tournament points allow you to play in daily cash prize events, so you can enter with 10, 40, or 400, I believe, is what you need tournament points for the daily cash prizes, which are $1,000 and $2,000 on weekends. So needless to say, I end up getting to heads up where I'm the shorter stack, and I overwhelm this guy with some really great, intimidation plays and stuff like that. I did have some good cards amongst those. And ultimately, I became the larger stack by about 4-1. And then the momentum shifts. I forget what happens, but in an event, I just can't play a hand, I think, with like 5 deuce or 6 deuce. And I'm forced to fold for the first time. In all the previous cases, I was calling and then raising with even nothing if I had to. Heads up, there's a lot of psychology, a lot of mindset. It's you versus one other person. That's really all there is to say about it. Heads up is when you and one other person at the table are faking each other out over 2 hole cards, whether or not you have it, whether or not you don't have it. And then he ended up in that streak folding a lot, not even trying to play some of the cards while I had nothing. He was folding. Unfortunately, I did have ace king once. He folded. And needless to say, I end up winning my first WPT event. So I take a quick screenshot of the one thing and not the other, and go to my phone, and then I see that Danny's been texting me the whole time to get me into the tag team event because Ryan Hastings is doing reasonably well in the 50K Players Championship. 50K, by the way, is the entry fee. $50,000. $50,000 to enter a tournament. Nice, Chescudo. Good morning. I'm okay. Just giving the recap of my tournament yesterday. So I won the WPT online event among 160 players. I think there were about, with 9 people to a table, there were quite a number of tables. Managed to wield and win my first major, at least in my mind, multi-table tournament. But then I get to my phone, and I see that Danny has been texting me about registering, and I say, all right, cool, I'm ready. Where do I need to be? Only it's like 2 hours after registration. And he says, never mind, I have Scott Blomstein. By the way, Scott Blomstein won the main event. He is a World Series of Poker champion. He has won the biggie. I'm trying to decide what I wanted to do about this. I'm no longer going to experiment with the... even though I could force Kingslayer Sloan to play a Scandinavian, I'm not going to do it. Interestingly enough, we're just going to take over the center. So in any event, so now I go from not having a partner to having a partner to not having a partner. And then I go, like, honestly, I'm relieved. I was a little bit steamed at first, early on. I wasn't sure what to do or how to do it. As far as going downstairs, I didn't want anybody to see me. I honestly did not want to see anyone at that very moment, because I told people on Instagram and other places that I was going to be in this event. So therefore, what's a guy to do? Oh, I don't have the move that I thought I had, unfortunately. The move I thought I had was, this is weird. If I play takes, what's happening here? Can I ruin his pawn structure? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out, will we? There's a bit of a discovery here that it's unusual. It's not unusual to be checked by anyone. So in any event, I won the event that I wanted to win. I didn't get to play in the event I wanted to play in, so I finally go downstairs. Didn't really get to talk to Danny because I didn't want to bother him at the table. Did not want to bother him at the table at all. And then Nemo and Maria Ho are 3 tables away. Maria Ho and Nemo are they're playing in the tag team together. I didn't see Nemo at first. Maria Ho was at the table. I thought that was pretty cool. What is going on? To the left, to the left. So have I won a pawn? No, materials equal. And I said hello to her. She had a table change before I left. I was actually hoping to catch Jennifer Shahadi. That was the last inspiration that I had going down, was that I wanted to hopefully catch up with her. She's great. She's amazing. And instead, what do I want to do with this fellow? I'm just going to head over here, pretend like nothing's wrong. Right? Head over here, pretend like nothing's wrong with this picture. See if that knight wants to move again. See if he has a good square for his pieces. Moment of truth. So it was nice to see Nemo. Always a pleasure. She's a great ambassador for chess. I think now is the time to bother our opponent. Finally, we've gotten almost all of our pieces activated. The material activity is very even. I just stole a pawn. I believe that I may have one material. Just working out the details now. When I first walked in, she gave me this look like, oh, Master Chess Dojo, you know? And I thought, maybe I shouldn't be here. As usual, my pseudo-social, wanting to be alone type mentality kicks in. And I'm thinking, maybe, since this rook activated, because I can't decide where to go with my rooks in general. Thinking maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't be there. I'm going to leave her alone. But yeah, I did share a nice pic of her with at the table checking her cards. I couldn't get an action picture of her in any other way, shape, or form, unfortunately. Now I think I'm ready to start diving in. We're going to hope that we can improve our position appropriately. Atul, good morning. Broken Joe Sloan. We also have the, that fellow is Rogan. Good morning, Lauren. I have been concentrating on poker, unfortunately, to the greatest extent of my known existence. We're going to re-coordinate our pieces in another way, shape, or form. Drive his king up to h6. And then we are going to try to make...
Time is running out.
If we can, because there's a pin. Yes.
Check.
This is the way to take advantage of a pin. It is amazing that I am not just flagging, to be honest.
Victory.
Good morning. It's the afternoon in India. Yes, you're 10.5 hours ahead of me on average. Whoa. Lauren, thank you so much for the sub. Very much appreciated. MD Knight from scenic Massachusetts. The doctor is in the house. World Open, I've definitely got a room reservation for the World Open. I don't know whether I'm playing on the 29th or the 30th or if I'm playing at all. Anxiety kicking in. I think that is what it is, though. I also cannot stream IRL for the same reason. I don't know how Nemo does it. If she has any of this that I sort of relate to, which is why I find the affinity with her stream and her relatively appealing, is that we're going through some of the same things. I'm not a social person. I'd rather stay in the room. I'd rather continue working on my chessable course, which I am doing. I'm rehashing it. I attempted to finish 7 chapters yesterday. Let me just say the forks were 6 chapters, and I'd already done some mates. So basically, the checkmates, forks, pins, and skewers ideally have to be in the first book, the first volume. And I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't get too large so that it has a little bit of all-encompassing. A good book for the middle game. There are quite a number of good books for the middle game. The best, honestly, depending on what your level is, I don't know what your rating is, but if your rating is on the lower side, which is not saying much because I believe my rating is on the lower side, I'm struggling as it is. then it would be best for you to play through the best games of a world champion. And that way you will get a cohesive thread from setting up your pieces for the middle game, which is really what it's all about. You're 2000? So then I would probably go with Alakine. If you have not yet studied any official world champions before, Alakine, in the course of his games, gives very good strategic plans for the middle game based on not just his experience, but that was a little silly of a check, right? But to B4 check to drive the king up. But is he ladder mating? No. I don't know if I would have checked there. Now you have to cut off the king on the B file again. Max chess call. Now both rooks are passive on the first rank. All of my knowledge I learned from Capablanca and my piece coordination skills. And now your rook is tied down forever. Like, what can you do? Crazy. And now he's finally going to try to fork the two rooks and promote his pawn. There's only one small issue. And that issue is that the opponent can just queen another pawn, even if you had a successful plan. So as it turns out, I would recommend studying the games of a world champion if you have not yet. For example, Magnus Carlsen studied Kramnik's games. No, for people that I know very well, for people that I think that I know very well, like Lorenzo, absolutely. Like if Lorenzo had not come to meet up with me in Dubai, I'm going to backtrack a little bit on that one, because I realize what I've done now.
Ready, time is running out.
But I probably would not have gone to the opening ceremony, to be honest. I would definitely not have gone to the opening ceremony. And when he came, I felt very comfortable. And I was very happy that he came, and it put me a little bit at ease, and then I had a connection, to be honest. I needed that. I needed that connection in order to feel at ease. So if there was one person that made my tournament in Dubai better, my co-worker, co-teacher, did not really help. If anything, there was more anxiety, because she also didn't want to go anywhere, see anyone, or do anything. So that doesn't help when you have multiple people doing the same exact thing, right?
That's lovely.
Whoa! Thank you, MG, for the gifted sub to Conta de Luna. That is super. Totally awesome. Very well, very much appreciated. I tell you, we're from not having any subs for a short period of time, like it dropped down to almost nothing toward the end of the school year. Honestly, I had nothing to say for because I haven't been able to get caught up on my study streams. I even have a plan today to try to get caught up on my study stream. I told Lauren that I would make an attempt today. But on the other hand, I think I see another greater thing that I've been promising to do the IRL stream. And I haven't been able to do it. So possibly it's time. It's time for me to walk out of this room with you guys on my phone right now. Well, maybe not right now, after the tournament goes. Rogan suggested that he wanted a tour of my hotel room, a tour of the view. I know he doesn't have social media, He's not doing Instagram or Twitter. He lives on an island, not in a cave, in a very nice place. But he lives a rather idyllic life. Rogan Joe Sloan, ladies and gentlemen. And as it turns out, did I not get it? Did I put the two up? 1 second. Yeah, I put the wrong 3 letters in a row there. Rogan Joe Sloan. And the legend. I have to put up a legend sticker for I most definitely have to put up a legend sticker for sorry, I'm lost in thought. MD Night Zero. Namaste. Indeed. Grazie. You know what? I'm not moving night-night. I'm reinforcing my night. That's what I'm doing. I couldn't decide on the best possible square, but I do need his position to be very, very weakened. And my dark squared bishop is doing a great job where it is. I just need to get my rook into the game and the other things also. So therefore, f4 does all of these things and more. Also want to get the Trojan sacrifice in on h7, etc., and so on. But MD Knight, namaste. This way he can watch the previous streams. Let's do a, uh-oh. What did you do to yourself, sir? This is not correct. Uh-oh.
Time is running out.
Indeed, it is. Don't tell me my screen's not working. All right, folks. Life has gotten a little difficult. Nico, yeah, I could not move
You
fast enough.
lose.
Could not have tried typing on this very slow machine. It's not your fault. OMG, I have a window open. I have a Chrome window open. What is up with that? Thank you so much, Atul, for your 3rd month. Oh, thank you. The legend is at it again. Hold on here. He's going to catch up. While he was gone, Pegasus was gifting up a storm. And I'm so far behind on study streams, I tell you. Chris gifts and doesn't necessarily ask for a study stream, although he has. I appreciate it very much, sir. Cheers. After her tag team event, after the visiting everyone at the tag team event, 11th place, page 2, actually horrible. And Conte de Luna did not finish first. This is crazy. Your puzzle rating is not showing in your account. Let's take a look. Let me congratulate Saul. Better call Saul. if I can. Yeah, with very few people outside and it being a very quiet morning on a Monday morning, I have a feeling that I could probably get this IRL stream off the ground with a lot less nervousness. In Dubai, I didn't really know anyone, so it made it a little easier to IRL stream from Dubai. 3 points, fourth place. Yeah, you were a bridesmaid, one of the bridesmaids. 2 points, second page. Well, we did make it to round 6. Actually, we did almost make it to round 6. We had 5 rounds. I had some technical difficulties. BM 4723, you are following in Ron Hay's footsteps. Ron Hay used to be lower rated than me, and Conta de Luna, and they are tearing it up with relatively consistent practice. Let's see here. Let's go back to the first page. My computer's a little faster since I closed that window. That would cost me some rating points. Fortunately, it was only my blitz rating. So should I shave? That is the next question. Should I shave? I was clean shaven for a while. I believe that when I'm clean shaven, I may or may not take better attention to detail. I did buy more aftershave because I was running out the last time that I was shaving. Learning the caro now. Yeah, absolutely. So, for example, I know that Conta de Luna had his period where he was on fire. Life things get in the way, and Conta de Luna at this point is definitely a slightly better player than me on average. And Ron Hay has me by +4. I think he's +4 at this point. Pretty hysterical. And this was the day that Kingslayer should have gotten me. I accidentally stumbled across Nico on Instagram as well. Cheers, Nico. I don't know if you even checked that account, but for some reason, a fellow with a very definite name like yours came up as a suggestion. I'm like, hey, I think I know that guy. Yeah, you played in the tournament, right? Atul? Let's go forward. Oh, you didn't play in the tournament. Take a look. Atul. M-A-T-A-T-H. You're not online. Chances are your rating is not showing up if you're not locked in. Like, how did you fix the refrigerator, honey? There was a power problem concerning the connection to the wall, hon. If everybody got that one. So your puzzle rating is 1949. You've not played Puzzle Storm, Puzzle Racer, or Puzzle Streak. But based on 149 puzzles, you are 1949. And that is about right, because I believe that your puzzle rating should be 300 to 500 points higher than your over the board rating. So if we put it at, if you put your rapid at around 1400, that's give or take correct. So for example, I am roughly at 2000, 2100 in rating, and I have a 2500 rated puzzle rating. That's your old ID. Ah, okay. Interesting. ATHULMAT. Sorry, MADATHLIL1. You are very young, Atul. You are very young. It's correct. You haven't done enough puzzles to have a rating yet. You have to do some more puzzles. Right now, your rating is provisional. I believe. Or you're accidentally running unrated puzzles. So for example, if I click on the puzzles up here, it could default to unrated. Unfortunately, there's also a chance of some assistance, obviously. But puzzles are a different mentality. So make certain that when you're doing your puzzles, I've noticed this with a lot of streamers, that they have this turned off. Which is not such a bad thing, because the anxiety over whether or not a puzzle is rated is real. My first thought here is queen to c3, right? So you get the same puzzle. Turn the rating on, turn the rating off. Turn the rating on, turn the rating off. I can't think of the next lyric. You are awesome, Lauren. I love the belts too. I think that Zalakai did such a great job with these belts. I have to give him a shout out every time I look at these belts. First, a word from our sponsor, The Legend. Zalakai is also at the top of the Legends list. I'm going to move Chris up as well. I can't even imagine where that puts us, because I was down to like 20 plus subs at whatever moment. And we have a very nice Chesic number, thanks to The Legend. MD Night Zero, he deserves his own one like Zalakai at this point. How's your daughter, MD? Is she playing chess? I don't remember if we talked about this. I think we talked about trying to get her to find an interest on her own at dinner. Work keeping us away from our kids. It's hard enough that work keeps us away from. Oh, that's so lovely. So my grandson turns 4 on July 29th. And yours? She plays 1H4. A future Alpha Zero. A future Alpha Zero, sir. That's so amazing. Don't underestimate her. She's going to cold cock them when they least expect it. So rook takes, queen takes. I'm going to look at all the forcing moves first. Rook takes, queen takes on c8, queen a4 check. And what is the advantage to this? I see none. Thank you. Yeah, no, I need to be able to spend more time with him. I actually think that there's a lot of parental involvement that goes into this. It goes into raising smart kids. So it's good that that one wasn't rated. See, I can do all the work I want, and it's not rated. So usually these are almost always forcing moves.
Check.
It's really annoying to me that they're always forcing moves. And now can I threaten the back rank? Yes. So does he have no way of stopping me from taking what? That's so bizarre. I'm going to make an attempt. Can we play Puzzle Racer? I wish we could. I cannot do anything on this traveling layout in Las Vegas. I would love to. I might even be able to just watch the Puzzle Racer, but I'm not entirely sure that I can do that. I was talking about this the other day. That if I'm actually wondering if I follow someone. Anyway, MD Night Zero, legend from the Cape. Legend from the Cape who doesn't need a cape. So I am going to switch to my phone for an IRL stream, I think. That is probably the best thing for me to do. Yeah, my setup is very Pegasus and MD Knight. They are neck and neck, hand in hand, trying their best to take over the leaderboard on gifted subs. And they're doing a great job. They are. Meanwhile, let's get this IRL stream set up before I forget. It is 4:44 in the morning here in Las Vegas. 4:44. Normally I start this tournament at 5:05 a.m. And as a result of me going 3 hours west, I suddenly have a stream at 3 a.m. when I probably should not have a stream at 3 a.m. Right? I should not have a stream at 3 a.m. Not help. No spoilers for Stranger Things. Starting to see ads. I have to watch it. Another really great movie that I was very happy they redeemed was the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters modernized version. That was very, very good. No, you haven't missed them all. I'm backlogged by about 5 right now. And between this, the World Open, and I offered to do one today, but I have to really overcome my anxiety on these IRL streams. I don't know how anyone does it, to be honest. So, personally, a tool, I prefer Puzzle Streak to be a better test of your character. There's no rating involved. It's just you and the puzzle. And the most important thing about you and the puzzle is that if you get it wrong, you lose, as the robot likes to say.
Check.
Much more than the play ones? Well, I appreciate that. I'm not sure if I appreciate that, but I appreciate that. All right, first things first, removing the defender with check.
Check.
Then we're able to take bishop. We're on a brand new browser, by the way, the Brave browser.
Check.
And so therefore it's a brand new cache, a brand new Windows cache. I was a little bit ahead of that one. You like how it goes up the rating ladder? Yes, that's true, but in real life, you have to find the situation based on the theme. For example, a discovery on the queen. And I'm going to save some pins here. I really need some good pins. That's what I really need. This looks like I'm winning the queen in 2 moves for a bishop and a knight. So on king to d8, knight to e6 was winning. That could have been in the... I'm trying to... What is the theme for that one, everybody? What was the theme for that last puzzle? He gets. Overloaded piece? Opening lines? That was crazy. I may do some poker as well, but I do need to set up the study stream, the IRL stream, and get downstairs for coffee. Yes, but I think that recent study, Lauren, has proven that all of the world champions and the truly great players have done a lot of composed problems. And the secret to the composed problem, and I have had this happen even with my book, which has got a selection of games, puzzles from real games. I like it for beginners. But at your level, I believe you need a concentrated effort on a specific analytical theme to open up your mind to how the pieces move. The absolute unleashing these hidden characteristics of how the pieces move. Cyrus Lakdawala on the Perpetual Chess podcast said it best, that just solving these exercises makes your attention to detail much, much greater. There is only one finite way. When you solve exercises from real games, of course, it helps. And it helps your planning and strategic thinking as far as being able to place the pieces well. I'm drawing a blank on that word right now. But check out Cyrus Lakdawala's Perpetual Chess podcast interview with Ben Johnson around the time that he came out with, I think it might be his most recent one, I don't know whether it is. But he talks about the way studying composition. So he could literally take a composition to Aronian or Kramnik or any of those guys, and either A, they've seen it before, or B, they solve it in a matter of minutes or instantly. And they never shy away from solving the exercise. Those guys are analytical beasts. Yeah, I like that too. A lot like hiking. So here I'm torn between rook to f8 and rook to f5 check. What is there to be? What is there to be? Make sure I save. I think I put my Brave browser over there, but I'm not sure. Hopefully. The desktop audio won't come on. I was watching last in my viewer, aka Nemsko's IRL stream from right downstairs below the elevator. I didn't really watch it, I didn't have time, but I saw that she did one. So we will go to the same coffee place right downstairs, or we might go out and hope that the coffee place is open in the food court area. I doubt anything is going to be open at this hour. I guarantee you that hardly anything will be open at this hour. It's in the Discord. Hold on 1 second, Chescudo. No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm struggling right now, Chescudo, with this interface. I can barely multitask, unfortunately. Well, the free knight can be taken one of two ways, right? Rook to f8. I guess rook to f2. Rook f5, rook f2, rook takes f2, king takes f2, then rook f8. Whereas if I play rook to f8, rook f2 guards. So this is forced. Now let's make sure that Nemo does not make an appearance on stream.
Check.
As I'm bringing up the Twitch to see who's on. I really shouldn't do it that way, honestly. I should do it on my phone. That way I can see who's streaming on my phone. Besides me, Gory Hole. He is taking off. Jesse February, prime candidate. Oh, yesterday we didn't get to Rogan Show Slow. Oh, you sent it in the chat. Oh no, don't do that. It's very hard to recover things from the chat, especially when your computer is so slow. I can't scroll. Definitely make sure that it's in the Discord, so that way I can look at it no matter where I am. And also follow me on my socials, as I am going to maybe make an announcement of the IRL stream. But almost always, I will make an announcement on Twitter for any streams in general. One of my personal favorites, the simple fork.
Check.
The simple fork, like Leonard Skinner.
Check.
The simple wins. Slash raid. Hold on here. I'm trying to see what the content is, just in case there's not another option for the most part. Slatchy. Chop to Chop. Who did Chop to Chop raid yesterday? I'm trying to remember. I have not raided Chop to Chop, I don't think. Ever. So that is a good one. And he's playing viewers for those of you who wanted to play. Hopefully I spelled it right. There's no guarantee that I spelled it right. In any event, I do want to get to 10 before I finish here. We have a discovery on the knight. And we have more than that. We have a fork on e7, which is even more important. So is this a trapped queen?
Check.
It appears to be a trapped queen. I will be thankful to get back to my own time zone. That will be good. I have no control over the raid. I want to thank everyone. I can't run my closing credit scheme, MD Night, Legends. I also want to make sure that everybody has a Chessable account, as I will be making my book available for improvement for the average player or straw player trying to eliminate their weaknesses, trying to find your blind spots. Very important to find your weaknesses. Going through basic tactics, Mikhail Tal believed that every chess master should revisit the fundamentals. Between Nakamura and Fabiano, yeah. No, I saw that last. I didn't see the Open Rui game, but I definitely saw that Fabi ended up getting crushed. Kasparov versus Deeper Blue. That's a great recount. I was at both of those matches. I only wish they would include more pictures of the people in the playing hall. But in any event, I may be about to lose you. Cheers, everyone. Ciao. Talk to you soon. I don't know if the raid is going or how many seconds, because on this computer I can't tell. Wow, that raid was brewing for a long time. It finally told me that 6 viewers are ready to raid it. Ready to raid in 10 seconds. In any event, I will see everyone in a moment. I promise I'm going to get an IRL stream out before I do anything. Cheers. If you will have us.